Board. Barber board. Barber. A person who is licensed to engage in the practice of barbering in the state. Department. The Department of Business and Professional Regulations / Headquarters, Tallahassee, Florida. Appointed the members on the board. Governor. Confirms the members on the board. Senate. Barbershop. Any place of business wherein the practice of barbering is carried on. Define DBPR. The Department of Business and Professional Regulations. Define MSDS. Material Safety Data Sheets. Appointed by Governor and confirmed by the Senate that they can remove any member of the Barber Board for cause such as gross malpractice, incompetency. Define EPA. Environmental Protection Agency. All implements must be immersed in a disinfectant approved by EPA. Barbers Act, 476. A barbershop may contain less than 100 square feet of floor must comply with these requirements. 1. Only one barber and one customer shall be in shop at any one time. 2. No person shall wait at the barbershop for a service. No waiting room, no advertisement or telephone listing for the barbershop. What is the penalty for gross malpractice or gross incompetency in the practice of barbering? 3 to 9 months suspension. In order for a barber to perform service outside of a licensed shop, he or she must follow the following procedure. 1. Make arrangements through a licensed shop. 2. Record the client's name and address in the appointment book. 3. Make sure the appointment book is available at the shop for the request of an inspector. The board shall have the power to revoke or suspend any license for any of these reasons. 1. Gross malpractice or gross incompetency in the practice of barbering, to practice by a person knowingly having an infectious or contagious disease. 3. Not paying citations within 30 days. Terms of serving on board. No more than 2 consecutive terms. All barber tools used in barbershops such as razors, scissors, tweezers, combs must be free of hair and cleaned in a registered disinfectant approved by the EPA. Completely immersed. No more than blank at any time may perform barbering services in a barbershop which has only the minimum floor space. 1 barber. Picture must be not older than 2 years and it should be 2" by 2" attached to license. Unlicensed barbering is a blank and will be reported for prompt prosecution. 2nd-degree misdemeanor. How many hours in the state of Florida is required before applying for the barber's exam? 1,000. Biennial renewal barber's license is done. July 31st. Numbered years. Must complete 16 hours continuing education when renewing license. All barbershop licenses shall be renewed on or before November 30th of even numbered year. In the event that a barber or the person to who he or she is providing service is cut or otherwise receives a break in the skin during the service shall immediately cease and the barber shall immediately disinfect any implement or equipment that has or might have come into contact with any blood or body fluids. When are barbershop inspections done? Barbershop inspections are done every 2 years on even years. What is Chapter 61 Grams 3? Fees that has to do with barbering. Every person practicing barbering in any capacity shall wash his or her hands thoroughly with blank and water before servicing each patron. Antibacterial liquid, powdered soap. What are the statutes and rules that govern barbers? Chapter 476 of the Florida Statutes and Rule 61 Grams 3 of the Florida Administration Code are the rules and laws that govern the barber profession. Any barbershop that is planning to temporarily close for a period of 90 days or longer is required to notify the department in writing and be inspected again before opening. What does pediculosis capitis mean? Lice. A barbershop must contain a minimum of blank square feet of floor space, excluding the toilet and lavatory facilities. 100 square feet. Barbershop in which more than one barber performs barber services at any one time must contain an Additional 40 to 60 square feet of floor space. In what instances are you required to wash your hands with soap and water, followed by rinsing and rubbing alcohol or the use of some equally efficient disinfectant? 1. A client affected with an eruption. 2. A client whose skin is broken out. 3. A client who has inflamed skin. 4. A client who has pus. 5. A client who has had the flu in past 90 days. Gross malpractice or incompetence defined. It shall be gross malpractice or incompetency in the practice of barbering for any barber to provide any barber service to the public while under the influence of any intoxicating drug or alcohol. No animal pets shall be permitted inside a barber shop with the exception of closed aquariums or trained animals to assist the hearing and visual impaired. Fines and penalties shall be paid within blank of its imposition. 30 days. Where should barbers display current personal license? In plain view of the workstation. Where should the barber shop display the barber shop license? Within view of the front entrance of in the waiting area. Exemptions to Chapter 476. Nurses, nail tech, cosmetologist, doctors. What does endorsement mean in the terms of my license? That you are eligible for licensure without any additional schooling or examination. Prior to opening a shop which has new ownership, the owner must 1. File a new application. 2. Pay the appropriate fee. 3. Surrender old license and be issued a new license. What are the qualifications for an endorsement application? Complete a minimum of 1,200 hours of barbering at a barber school similar to Florida Barbering School. Demonstrate that the person has taken a written exam. Demonstrate that the person holds a current active license in another state or country and apply and pay required application fee. If an applicant failed to achieve a passing rate on whether or both portions of the licensure examination, he or she shall not be eligible to work in a barber shop until 1. Applies to the department for re-examination. 2. Presents barbershop license holder with a copy of re-examination application and the scheduling letter. All barbershop must be equipped with adequate toilet and sink facility with hot and cold running water on the premises or in the same as and within 200 feet of the barber shop. What services can a restricted barber perform? A barber can perform hair wash with shampoo, regular haircuts, razor but aren't able to use color/BG on the client. Fee for processing a license request at any time other than the beginning of a licensure cycle. $10. Original license, renewal and delinquent barber's fees. $100. An operation license may be transferred from one location to another after inspection and approval by the department along with a $125 transfer fee. Fine for failing to display your license. $100 per violation, $500 cap. Application fee for licensure by endorsement. $150. Application fee for examination and re-examination. $150. Barbershop sanitation violations. 1 to 2 violations $50, 3 or more violations $200 to $300. Operating with the license of a previously licensed shop in a new location or a moved location. $250. Permitting an unlicensed employee to practice barbering. $250-$400. Obtain or attempt to obtain a license for money for other than the required fee or any other things of value. $250-$500. Opening or operating a barber shop without a license. $500. Fine for presenting as one's own the license of another. $500. Fine for using or attempting to use a revoked license. $500. Fee for impersonating any other license holder. $500. Using or attempting to use a suspected license. $500. Holding oneself out as a barber while not being licensed. $500.